everybody. This is the Negative over here at Mizuumi-Con in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm here with my special guest, MrCreepyPasta.
Yeah, MrCreepyPasta. Hi, everybody.
While you were talking, I was like, no, just say something right here. Look at
And he's having a panel later on today, which I'll show you guys later. And
It's gonna be spooky.
yes, it is. I'll make sure it is for you. And I want to go ahead and say this. Congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, dude, thank you. Thank you. She's okay with me. She'll be in the panel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, everybody will be here. It's gonna be great.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and that's it for the intro. Here's the rest of the video. Enjoy.
So, we do want you to keep that in mind. We are finishing up the teams right now, but we will be beginning momentarily. So, if you are ready, if you enjoy this.
Catbug pool!
Catbug pool!
Forward 2, please!
Catbug
Pool! Definitely gotta check one of us.
Undine! Diagonally forward to your left one. Undine. I'm used to the traditional.
Assassins! Forward 1, please! No. Sorry, you're supposed to be the
Inuyasha female. Diagonally forward to your right one.
Boy, you're getting fancy.
Diagonally forward to your right one.
Thank you.
Leon! Forward 2, please!
Leon forward two.
Yes. Forward 2, Leon. Thank you.
Yulin forward two. It's kind of random. We play again. It's not really for us about the games. It's more about them having a good show. So one of us might even be winning.
Do we fight?
No, you don't fight. You never. No. Not yet. Your controller is debating on whether he should do it or not. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, man.
Z, 2 steps forward. Z, 2 steps forward, please.
Well, I mean, if you're not gonna get the ball rolling, I don't know. White, you seemed pretty kill happy just now, didn't you? Or suddenly they go quiet. Oh no, Black was kill happy. Kill. Wait, so what? Black wants what? Kill. All right, everyone take a knee, except for Mulin and Deadpool Cat. You wanted it, you got it. Mulin, take out Deadpool. You asked for it. No, I'm kidding. Oh gosh, she took the gun.
How about revenge then? Suddenly they don't want death.
No, we scared them off. I can't
No
do this
revenge?
scared.
You don't want revenge? Sakura! Mulin, y'all stay standing. Everyone else take a knee. Sakura, take out Mulin.
Looting the body.
Looting the body.
At 6 o'clock, we'll be doing Blue Lights Anime. Hey, White, you want to kill or do you want strategy?
They want to get killed.
They want to get killed.
All right. By applause for my team. Who here wants kill? So black.
Yes! Yes!
All right, who wants strategy? All right, strategy it is.
You didn't say good strategy.
No, I did not. All right, Lars, forward one.
Oh, thank you, sorry.
England, forward 2 and to the right 1, please.
Melody Metaton, forward 2 and to your left 1.
Batmobile! Okay.
What?
I have no idea what was just said. My Akatsuki group with 2 Sasoris. Forward 2 and to the right 1. You're gonna stand between some pawns.
Enemy territory now.
Are you not entertained?
No, kinda. Not yet.
All right, Melody Metaton, forward 2 and left 1. I'm willing to make a trade for you.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to lose your other Metaton then.
Oh.
You didn't go to save him, so let's get some bloodshed.
Yeah.
My Sasori
Use your
crew,
fabulous legs.
let's take out that Metaton.
Yes, sir.
Everyone take a knee.
Not a knife.
Save her fabulous legs.
Save your fabulous legs.
All right, everyone, stay kneeling. Stay kneeling.
Stay kneeling.
Stay kneeling, except for Chara. Everyone else, stay kneeling. Chara, take out the Akatsuki.
Oh God, the old Spice Girl.
All right, Furi, forward 1. Furi, forward 1. Zora, hold your own. Hi, friend. Don't turn into a heartless
Again? Oh no.
Spoiler.
Total spoiler.
It's been 10 years. It's been like 15.
My son is over.
Yes.
Z, go ahead and move forward 1.
See?
Yes. Yes, 1 forward.
All right. All right, everybody take a knee.
Oh no.
Except for Lars and Z.
Handsome Jack is gonna be hilarious.
Lars, take out, Char down. There we go. Lars, take out. Oh. So brutal.
Oh my God, that's so brutal.
Everybody go ahead and stay down. Handsome Jack, let's get some revenge.
Oh.
Oh my. to see you, man.
Too, dude.
These are actually substantially cheaper. These ones I did. Oh, wow. I brushed the yarn out of them, and because it takes
I got one more. This is a long one. This is actually one of my favorite stories I've ever done. If you guys, there's a lot of stories that are up on my channel. There's these kind of really amazing psychological horror stories that always get overlooked. And this is one of them. This is one of the stories I really love. I really, really love, but it always kind of gets overlooked. If you guys ever want to check out some of these ones, I have a playlist on my SoundCloud. It's called Hidden Gems. And the Hidden Gems playlist is all about these really amazing psychological horror stories that don't really feature like a single killer, but they're amazing stories that really you should check out. This is one of the ones that are on the top of the list. And this is the last that I'm going to be able to do because it's kind of a long one. So, strap in. The worst thing I've ever done in my life happened about 12 years ago. And I was 16 years old. I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. It was the early fall when the leaves were just starting to turn orange. And the temperatures were starting to fall, hinting at freezing chills that would happen only a few months later. School had just started, but it had been going on for about a month now, so all the excitement of going back and reuniting with old friends had been replaced by the realization that we were captives in a place that only wanted to load work upon us. Understandably, me and my friends were all eager to do anything that might remind us of those worry-free, responsibility-free days of summer. Earlier that year, about the time the last school year had let out, one of my friends from work, McDonald's, had taught me a technique to make yourself pass out with the help of an assistant. Now, it worked something like this. One person would rapidly take 10 deep breaths, and on the 10th, squeeze his eyes shut and hold his breath as tightly as possible, crossing his wrists over his heart. The assistant would then give that person a huge bear hug from behind and squeeze the person's wrists into their breastbone. Within seconds, the person holding their breath would lose consciousness. The assistant would then be in a perfect position to make sure you didn't totally collapse and crack your skull open on the sidewalk. The effect only lasted for like a second or two. It wasn't like we were putting ourselves into comas or anything, but it felt like you'd been out for hours. And when you came to, the disoriented feeling of not knowing where the hell you were or what you were doing was awesome. Now I know, some people are like, what? What are you doing? Are you stupid or something? And yeah, I know. We were probably killing like 1 million brain cells each time we would knock ourselves out, and I think probably my memory has suffered for it, but to a bored as hell 16-year-old, I thought it was hella cool. I mean, all the effects of getting your lights punched out with none of the pain of getting hit in the face. I'd tell you to try it to see for yourself, but see, after what happened, I'd never recommend it to anyone. One interesting side effect of doing this, which was really most of the reason why we did it, was that while you were out, you'd have extremely lucid, vivid dreams, which you could always recall upon waking. After all, I mean, you were only asleep for like 2 seconds. So, we were good kids, and we never and would never try drugs. So to us, this was like poor man's LSD. Those visions, in some way, were usually related to what you were looking at right before you passed out. For example, I dreamed that I was climbing a mountain, way up in the Himalayas or something. There was a handrail there. Who the hell puts a handrail at like 20,000 feet? And when I came to, I remembered where I was. I realized I'd been looking at the staircase at the corner of my girlfriend's living room. Another time, I had a vision of Fred Flintstone smiling and holding out his hand in front of a mural with the DARE logo, this Drugs Abuse Resistance Education program that the cops teach in public schools. You've probably seen the bumper stickers. I woke up and I saw that my friend Brett had been standing in front of me right before I slipped into dreamland, and that logo was on his shirt. Where Fred Flintstone came from, I have no clue. The visions were always mundane things like those. Always. Until that one day. Like I said, school had been going on for about a month, and we were already sick of it. We were hanging out one Saturday in the field, which was really an easement for the electric company to run their high voltage power lines. A few of us were sitting on metal beams at the bottom of one of the towers. My friend Mike was climbing up to the second tier beams so he could jump the 8 or 10 feet to the ground. I thought it was stupid. But hey, I'm also the guy who thought it was cool to induce unconsciousness by starving my brain of oxygen, so it was a warm day for October. The light gray of the sky was slowly getting darker. And in Cleveland, in October, I probably meant that before long, the temperature would soon drop from a comfortable 70 to about 50, in, of course, a few minutes. And if we were really unlucky, freezing rain. The air was already damp and heavy, and we could hear the quiet buzzing of the high-tension wires above us. I sure as hell didn't want to spend the last few moments of a pleasant Saturday afternoon watching this dumbass climb partway up the high-tension power line, jump down, complain about how that one killed his feet, only to climb up and do the same stupid thing over again. Hey, let's make ourselves pass out, I said. Now, by that time, it wasn't as much fun as it had been in the early summer when we first discovered it, but it was a hell of a lot better than what we were already doing. Now, Vince was up for it, so was Richard. But Mike, the guy jumping off the tower, said, "What are you talking about?" Holy crap. You ever been knocked out before? Vince asked. No, was the response. Mike had been at his mom's house all summer, so he hadn't been in on all the fun we'd been having. Dude, you gotta try it. Watch, we'll show you. Vince and I got off the tower, stood in the grass at the center, and I did the customary 10 deep breaths. I squeezed my eyes shut and held my breath so hard that if they hadn't been shut, they probably would have popped out of my head. And then I felt my friend clasped down my arms in front of my chest, and suddenly, as if there was nothing more natural in the world, there was a giant lobster. Climbing around the lobster cage, and I was under the ocean with seaweed growing from the sandy bottoms under my feet. And the next thing I remember, I was awake, and Vince and Richard were asking me, "Dude, what did you see? What did you dream?" And the back of my head was killing me. Did you let me fall? I wasn't really that heavy, but Vince was pretty weak. So he just stood there looking guilty, and Richard told me that he had. "What'd you see, though?" he said. I rubbed the back of my head and said it was a lobster. It was pinching Vince's head off with its claws. I turned to Mike, watching from that L-shaped beam above, and said, "See? It's awesome." "Whatever, I don't trust any of you enough to do that to me." "Oh, come on, man, you gotta try it. It's no more dangerous than what you're doing now. I promise I won't let you fall like this bitch did." He squinted in the way people do when they're trying to decide if what they're thinking of doing is worth the risk or the trouble. He jumped down one last time. He got up and said, "Fine. Once." And if only he had thought a little longer, just flat out refused. He repeated the 10 deep breaths, with me as the assistant to make sure he didn't fall. He held his breath, and I helped him slip into that other place. It's something I've regretted ever since that, and when I think back on all the things I wish I had done differently in my teenage years, girls that I should have tried for, classes I should have tried harder in, all the things I should and shouldn't have done, putting him in that bear hug and squeezing him into unconsciousness is the thing I most regret. I thought the dead weights shift from his feet onto my chest. He was a pretty big guy, but I made sure to let him down easy and not knock his head against the hard-packed earth. Just as I laid him on the grass, he came back. He woke up screaming, "Get away! Get away!" He screamed as he leaped up to his feet and flailed his arms around his head. We all jumped back, afraid of being hit in his frenzy, but more afraid, so scared that we almost crapped ourselves of what we were seeing. After about 5 seconds, which is about twice as long as it normally takes a person to realize where they are and remember what they were doing, he slowed down. Oh, God. He was heavily breathing, gasping deep breaths, and hunched over at the corner of the tower. It's a wonder that in his maddened state, he didn't run right into those support beams and knock himself out for real. But he just stood there, bent over at the waist, and fall to his knees, with his back towards us. He started rocking and wringing his hands and muttering to himself, "Oh, God, oh, God." "What the hell did you see?" said Vince. But Mike didn't answer. We approached him slowly, and as we drew near, we could hear him quietly sobbing. Now, in our macho world, that was normally a crime punishable by death, but at the time, of course, we didn't say a word. I reached out a hand to his shoulder, but as soon as I touched him, a touch so tentative and light that he shouldn't have been able to feel it, he shrieked and jumped away. Clanging his back into the corner of the tower, he pressed up hard against it, staring at us with a look of terror in his eyes, so real you'd think we were demons from the pit of hell. If ever in those few moments I thought that he was just putting on to mess with us, that look put all of my doubts to rest. That and what happened afterward. And none of us said anything, but after about 10 minutes, Mike had calmed down enough that Richard was able to coax him to his feet and lead him back to his house. As I had suspected, the temperature had fallen like crazy in just a few minutes, and just as I figured that it would, the freezing cold drizzle started to fall. I told Vince that I would just go home and I'd see him tomorrow. We always spent the evenings and rainy days playing Mortal Kombat on our SNES, but he didn't object. I think he probably wanted some time alone to reflect on what horrible thing we'd just done to our friends. Just like I did. The next day, I went to see how Mike was doing. He and his dad were gone the whole day. I asked him later where he went, but he wouldn't tell me. I think it must have been to a psychiatrist, because by Tuesday, the next time I saw him, he seemed to be better, if a little zoned out. I figured he must have gotten some drugs to calm his nerves. It's just a guess. I never really figured it out. And over the next few days, the four of us hung out. And while Mike was quiet, he didn't say anything about what happened. We just talked about stupid, unimportant stuff. Girls we liked, classes at school that we hated. I wish we had said something to him now. I don't know if it really would have helped at all. We had no idea what we were facing, and to this day, I still have no clue. But we avoided the subject of what happened that Saturday and the practice of passing out in general like it was the plague. It wasn't until the following Saturday that he said anything related to what happened to him. We were walking down the quiet street of our neighborhood towards the wooden footbridge that crosses the creek that runs between the houses, going on about this hot girl who was a grade above me and who consequently wouldn't give me the time of day. And he, staring at the ground, walked on with his hands in his pockets. Suddenly, out of nowhere and right in the middle of one of my sentences, he said, "I won't be around much longer." Huh? "I'll be coming again tonight, and I don't think I'll be able to keep them out this time." Hey, what are you talking about? Who's coming tonight?